Weber, and this is Mike Cain. I'm interviewing him today. So, Mr. Cain, let's get to it.
Okay.
Give me a brief synopsis of your product.
Okay. Well, my business focuses on selling packaging. My background is in rigid packaging. I've sold bottles, caps, and boxes most of my life. So, in my business that I'm starting up, I've designed a product that seals bottles. It's very similar to the lift and peel design that you can find on Tropicana orange juice or vitamins. My product reduces the tearing of the tab that comes off compared to the competition. When my machines aren't making that, I'm also going to produce plastic for pills in the pharmaceutical industry.
Thank you. Give me 3 or 4 of your biggest hurdles that you faced so far.
Well, I'll tell you, most of the hurdles that every entrepreneur faces in business revolve around money. First, there's the money that your business requires. It's the law of everything that it takes money to make money. So if you don't have all of your own money, and who does, then you have to either go borrow that money or you have to find a partner with the money. Borrowing the money lets you be the master of your own destiny, but most lenders this day and age want a lot of assurances, almost an arm and a leg, that your startup funds, they become really hard to get. So this often means that you have to go out and find partners. Now, while worrying about the payback is lessened, often you have a lot of different minds in the process trying to think this way and that. In this case, I began with some partners, but as the cost increased, they really wanted a larger and larger share for their money. I kind of regret agreeing to that, but I thought the revenue would be more quickly forthcoming with a bigger kind of piece of the pie. So I recently worked out a way to self-manufacture my product, and right now I'm actually in the lending process. It's tough to wade through the endless paperwork at the SBA, Small Business Association. And there are brokers out there who will help you, but they often want a lot of money for their services. Probably the second thing that's difficult when you have your own business is your own personal finances. When you have a 9-to-5 job, most lenders believe that you'll pay because you're employed. So if you want to go out and get a house or you want to buy a car, it's really easy. But when you're self-employed, people don't have as much faith in you. I don't understand why, but until your small business is at least 3 years old or generating a whole lot of money, most banks won't lend you a dime. This may mean that if you have personal ambitions in your life or whatever, they may go on hold while you tend to your business. Sometimes this makes enjoying life a little bit difficult in the short term. I'm going through that right now. Then thirdly, there are the responsibilities of business ownership. At a 9-to-5 job, you don't really need to find health insurance or life insurance, do your own marketing, self-manufacture, look for sources of products. The stress in the corporate world is a lot more compartmentalized and focused. It makes performing your job a little bit easier. In the entrepreneurial world, if you fail, you're out, physically and financially. It's your whole life. On the bright side, though, if you do achieve what your goals are, it's really a sweet victory.
Thank you. One last question. Third question. Where do you see your business going in the future, or where do you plan to take it?
Well, in my business, my goal really is kind of to have a karmic component. My first goal is I want to make a partnership with this company called Vision Corps. I want to employ 20 employees there. And the reason why I want to do that is because a lot of people don't know this, but vision-challenged people have an up to 80% unemployment rate. So by partnering with Vision Corps, I get to help people who otherwise might not have a job. But that also helps me because I have, with the startup company, they'll lend me some space and they'll help me financially to get these people working. So it's kind of a win-win. And ultimately, someday, my dream is to ensure that the company survives me and to have these people at Vision Corps maybe someday take over the company and be self-providing way into the future. My monetary goal, which is the real goal in everything, is to have a company worth about $5 million in 2 years and $10 million by year 4. So this should provide a good reward for myself and for Vision Corps. So,
Sounds good. All right, so last question. What is your advice for anyone who wants to become an entrepreneur like yourself?
okay, well, that's a loaded question. But I'll tell you, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you really got to want to be an entrepreneur. It's not about the money or the prestige of owning your own business, but really there's an effort and time quotient that is really difficult. A lot of people don't consider the cost of that before they jump off. You know, when you're in a corporate job, you have 9 to 5, and you can say at the end of the day, I'm done. But when you're an entrepreneur, it affects your family, it affects your friendships, it affects your financial freedom. It's really difficult. You can't be a quitter. You know, you're only a loser when you tap out in your own business. And as Winston Churchill once said, never, 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 never quit. If you're prone to let adversity get the best of you, it's good to find another way to make money. Probably another bit of advice is you need a bulletproof plan. Failure to plan is planning to fail. You have to have a plan. You have to live by the plan. Others may give you ideas, critique you, and different opinions do help your success. But at the end of the day, you got to stick with your plan. You have to make a goal and have a concrete representation of that you can see every day. My screensaver, personally, is the sailboat that I want to have at the end of this when I'm successful. And then the last thing is, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, be happy in your business. You have to have a successful and positive attitude for success. Every day you have to get up with the attitude of, now go get them. So that would be my goal for any entrepreneur or person out there.
Well, thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Mr. Cain. And just thank you for your time. I'm Cale Weber, signing off.